Good morning, YouTube. What is going on? You're on the lifeboat, and this is Captain Calhoun speaking. I don't know if that's how it was, but I think it was. Man, my headphones are not great. The right one got lost, so I replaced it with like a refurbished whatever off of, I believe, Amazon. And it worked great, right? And connected right up, and it's like it was always a part of the system. And then yesterday, it started not working. The one that I had replaced, it's better. It's like newer. It has all the parts on it still, except now it like won't connect. So I'm sitting here fiddling with it, and it starts to work, and I'm like, oh great, this is fantastic. 5 minutes later, it stopped working again, and I was like about to go live. So sorry I'm late, but obviously it needs to be replaced again, I guess. I like to cancel out the noise. It helps me, but whatever. We're not doing that today. Happy, what is it, Monday? Happy Monday, September 2nd, guys. It is it's a new month, and I have a great message today. Hopefully, can reach some people out there that maybe I don't reach all the time. Obviously, the crew's the best. You guys are the best, but my goal is definitely to reach as many people as possible. So every time I see a new name, I know I'm doing a good job. So I'm hoping that today I can reach someone that I haven't reached before, and hopefully connect with them because. I think a lot of you are predominantly sober, which is great. Which is great. But I want to get some people in here that they're suffering. I know that sounds kind of bad, but I would like to change people's lives, And I'm not trying to say that I'm not doing a great job. I think I'm doing great. You guys tell me I'm doing great. You appreciate me. I appreciate you. This is wonderful. But I would like to extend my reach farther and farther and farther. So that's what a message for those who need it is all about. I think I'm going to try to reach out and see how far I can get my arm out there. Dilrod, hello, hello. I don't know if I've ever said hello to you, but good morning. Welcome in. Tina Marie, Jason P, Body Illusion, Shannon Smith. Good morning. You're not chopped liver, Shannon. You're like the best crew ever. It's like so not the same as chopped liver. Carry on, Candy's life. Hello, hello. What's going on? Is it Labor Day today? It is. It's a holiday. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why all that's going on. Kevin Hawthorne, TKK. Good morning, Seventh Son. Good to see you, brother. I hope you're feeling a bit better. I'm sure Jason agrees with me. Robin Miners. Hello, hello. Sarah Browett. Good morning. I had so much fun yesterday at Comic-Con, guys. I live for now. Scooby Lee, Puka Vista. Hello, hello, hello. Charlie Mullins. What's going on, guys? Happy morning. I think we're going to do 8 o'clock for a while. I'll see how it goes. It seems to be where my natural internal clock has landed. So it does seem to be, what am I trying to say? It's like it seems like that's going to work better. Okay. So we're going to try it. We're going to try 8 o'clock this week. And if it still feels good as it does today, next Sunday, we'll keep doing it. Dale Cox, my brother. Hey, Spanx. I'm doing tincture this morning or a gusher with an ice reaper. I might join you, although pretty sure my dad is going to make a in the flesh appearance today. I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you that or not. I think he told me not to, but I think I'm going to get him and me on the Dale tincture today. It's not going to be right now because he's not here yet. But maybe I'll do something else in the meantime. I can join you. Not immediately though, because then it'll throw me off. So at the end of the show, I tried a little yesterday. Not of your stuff yet, so I didn't want to ruin the moment. I want to do it with you. But I did do a little bit of tincture yesterday, and I survived. It was actually great. I also had a bunch of spicy food yesterday too, so I think it's time, dude. I think I'm ready. What is it, Monday? We said Monday. Now it's Monday, and it's real. Let's go. But I probably will just do my jacked up Tommies while we're waiting for my pops. Now I haven't told him that I'm gonna make him do this tincture with me. So you guys got to back me up and keep it a secret, right? So like he's gonna show up, and I'm gonna be like, all right, we got to do this tincture, Dad, and then he's gonna moan a little bit, but he's gonna be in front of you guys, so he's got a safe face. Um, so that's how we're going to run it. We're going to put him in a corner, and which isn't very nice, but he's going to have a lot of fun with us. So I think it'll be okay. Um, and in return, I'll probably end up doing some stroming or something, because that's how it works. That's how it works. A little give and a little take, right? But which I don't look forward to, but I think it'll be worth it. Yeah, man. Good morning, Dale. Good morning, Dale. I'm so stoked. Today, it feels like Christmas. I've been waiting to do this tincture with you for, feels like at least 2 weeks, right? 2, 3 weeks, man. So it's finally here. Jill Anderson, hello, hello. Took me until this year that my mom had Labor Day early, August 27th. Thank heavens it was before the holiday weekend. Well, I'm glad you're here with us, Jill. Had something else I was going to say. Oh, so I guess I was a little confused. August 31st is Overdose Awareness Day. So we did kind of just like slip right past that one. But that being said, we're going to run some overdose awareness stuff anyways because I feel like I missed a great opportunity. I put a post up this morning. You may or may not have seen it, but in honor of Overdose Awareness Day, would like to highlight stories from the crew, whether they were your own experiences or a loved one's. We would like to lift up the crew members and those that have suffered, and by highlighting these terrible stories or these experiences, and we can learn from them and also keep things in perspective, right? What do we have to lose? Everything, right? Everything. And sometimes it's, especially when we get a little bit ways down the road of recovery, it's easy to forget how much we have gained and where we come from. Every day should be Overdose Awareness Day, says seventh son Steve O. That's right. That's right. I just want to get all riled up about that. Matrix Rabbit. Let's get some ones up for Matrix today. Matrix is not doing hot. I'm really glad you're joining us, though. I was hoping that you would. I just got your message this morning. It's been sitting in there for a few days, so I feel like a bad captain. But man, I'm keeping you in my thoughts and my prayers, seventh. Not also seventh, but I meant to say Matrix because y'all both not doing well. I've been reading a lot of interesting things lately, so much that I am having a hard time pulling them out of my brain. But I guess we'll just start with the message. You may be doing well. You might be having the greatest morning ever. You also might be having a drink this morning. You might be finishing off your lines from last night, right? I guess it's a little late. Maybe a couple hours ago that might have been real, right? But regardless, maybe this morning you're suffering. Maybe this morning you got the shakes real bad. Maybe this morning you do not have the cure for your sickness and you're sick as a dog. And if that's the case, I want you to know that you're not alone. I want you to know that there are people out there that are feeling this way every freaking day. And I want you to also know that there's a bunch of people here on this boat that have lived that life. Some of us are currently living that life, but we're all trying to not. We're all trying to live a different life. And if you are hearing this message and you are in a suffering place and you are maybe having a drink this morning or breaking down your last lines from last night or whatever, what have you, I want you to know you can come hang out here anytime, dude. And you don't have to live like that if you don't want to. And I would like to say, I'm sure you don't want to live like that, but maybe you haven't realized that yet. Whatever the case, wherever you're at, wherever, whenever, this is a place where you can come and we love you. This is a place where you can come and we can talk about stuff, and it doesn't matter what it is. We're open. And all we want is for each other to live a little better than we did yesterday. That's all that we're into here. And I just wanted to say that. That's my message for those who need it. There's a lot more that goes into that, right? Rock bottom. Maybe you don't know you don't want to live that way, right? Which is a crazy thought. Knowing what I know now, I could never. I mean, obviously, I could screw up, right? I could really throw it all away. But that being said, knowing what I know now, I could never go back and do it the way that I did it. There's no chance. No chance. And that's just because some of the places that I've been, I never want to see again. I don't want to look at them in my memory. And if you continue on a path of partying debauchery, eventually you will find a place like that. I guarantee it. It's not an option. It's not optional. It is a destination that you will find yourself at. And maybe you're not like me. Maybe you're not an addict, right? Which is fine. That's great. I love that. Cheers. But if you are like me, you will find that place and you will, your perspectives will change a little bit, which is a good thing, right? That's a stepping stone. That is progress. When we fall down, we learn things from them and we get back up, right? That's the only way that I can learn sometimes. I have to run headfirst into a brick wall to realize that it's hard and I can't pass through it. So if you're hearing this, and any of those things are somewhat near to what you're going through, you're in the right place. I appreciate you being here. And I'm not indoctrinated. I'm not like I've been to AA, I've been to church, you know what I mean? Like I get it, but like I'm not indoctrinated. I'm just a guy that used to smoke crack and drink boatloads of alcohol. I'm just a guy that used to do everything that I possibly could. I do your drugs so I could do mine later when I got home. I'm just a regular guy. All right. So take that for what it is. There's no script here. We don't have a doctrine. We don't have a book. We have a journal, and everyone's journal is blank until they start writing in it, right? But that's the book that we talk about. Where's mine? The ibuprofen has hit the floor. We have journals. That's our book. And the difference about our book is there's no words in it until you put them in there. Let me explain that a little bit. Journaling is a great tool for we all know about ants, right? Automatic negative thoughts. When the brain tornado whips up and it just starts thinking all sorts of stuff that really don't make us happy. In fact, might even be stressing us out, maybe even triggering us. Maybe the thoughts are even like plans of going out and using. And I'm having a hard time getting control of my brain, right? The journal helps you get those thoughts out of the wild west that is your brain and onto paper, plainly laid out, organized, or whatever, right? It's a lot easier to sift through them when they're words on a page rather than words in a tornado, or however you want to relate it, right? But that is the first tool that we're going to talk about is the journal. The journal is epic. The journal is going to seem corny and stupid, but and it also, a lot of people have trouble starting, which is fine, which is normal. It's not like we're used to monologuing from our brain through our hand onto a paper, right? That's something we have to learn, and there's no shame in that. But I can't stress enough how important it is that if you're not doing this, that you start doing it. Not only can you kind of lay out the crazy thoughts so that you can read them and understand them, and then, oh, the solution's right here, right? You can also, maybe months down the line, you're experiencing something, you're like, this feels familiar. I don't really know what's going on. I don't like it. You can go back and read. And like, oh, wait, on this day, a few months ago, I was doing this, this, and this, and then I did this and it fixed it. Or vice versa, I did this, this, and this, and I crashed and burned. I'm feeling that way now. Maybe I'll go a different direction, hit the contrary action. That's number 2. We've got the journal, we've got contrary action. Our best thinking got us where? Here. And if here sucks, then you probably need some contrary action, which is doing something that you don't normally do. Let's say the chips are down. Let's say I'm having the automatic negative thoughts. Let's go all the way. Let's say that I'm planning a relapse. Let's say I'm planning to go out and hit the bars. Let's say I'm planning, this time I think I'm just going to take a day off. I think I'm going to go get some crack. I'm going to do whatever. I'm going to do it all. Contrary action. Let's do what we don't normally do, right? Well, I'm not going to buy the crack. Well, when the chips are down, usually I go to the bar, drown my feelings, try and meet a girl. I don't know, have some fun, be happy. I'm going to not do that. Maybe I'll go to the library, read some books. That's a very random example, but contrary action being just something different. Sometimes we say opposite, but sometimes it's hard to line that up, right? When the chips are down, I usually go, maybe I'm a sex fiend, right? Maybe I'm a sex addict. I go find a partner and we don't have a very, I don't know how to say that. We don't have a great interaction, right? Because it's destructive. The way I'm engaging in what I'm engaging in is destructive. Instead of doing that, instead of going and running what I normally run, maybe I call my mom, call my dad, call someone in my 5. Maybe I go to my grandma's house and mow the lawn. Maybe I do my dishes. I don't know. Anything. There's a million things you can do. But the point is, number two, contrary action is doing something different than you normally do. It doesn't have to be specific. But when the chips are down, especially in early recovery, sometimes you just got to do something you don't normally do. Sometimes you just got to start and make new habits. The only way to break bad habits is to make new habits. Did you guys know that? Lino, hello, hello. Welcome in. Sarah Matthews, hello, hello, hello. I am reading now. Gemini Girl 65, hello. First gusher I have ever done that was hot, lol. Yo, every time I see my uncle do gushers, I think to myself, good lord. I've never done one. One day. I'm definitely not ready. Sounds intense. I feel like I'm forgetting something. It'll come back to me. Flick Fox, Rick Spicer, Dirty Mouse. What's going on, y'all? Welcome in. The Arabian Bard. What's good? Can we take a break and talk about Comic Con for a sec? Or should I continue on this war path and then we can have fun at the end? What do you guys think? Let's do a vote. No, 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 Candy. No, I was trying to relate it to something that was non-drug and alcohol, and I'm not. I don't have this problem, so it's hard for me to relate. But I know that there are people that like use sex like as like a cover up or as an escape, right? And I know that there are people that do that in like unproductive or destructive ways. Like there are people that are addicted to sex, right? One of my exes was that way. But I was trying to relate that so that we could reach more people, and I had a hard time describing it. But sex is great, and you're not wrong for loving it. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real here. We're kind of hardwired to be into that. What's going on, Layla? I forgive you. You're always forgiven, Layla. I'm so glad you're here. No need to apologize. In fact, we're just grateful that you're here. Yeah. I even bought some bad ad journals that look all creepy and old. Those are my favorite. All right. So we talked journal. We talked contrary action. Let's talk some gratitude. We talked about this a couple days ago, so I'll be quick about it. But gratitude keeps things in perspective. Being grateful for things, right? Especially when I'm not feeling hot, when I'm down, when I'm depressed, when my brain chemicals aren't giving me what I need, right? When my reward system's a little busted and I'm struggling to find joy and happiness. It's easy to forget how far I've come. It's easy to forget what I have to lose. It's easy to forget all the things that I have to be grateful for, which is bad, right? It's if you can't be grateful and a lot of other things at the same time. And gratitude is kind of like love in that it trumps other lesser emotions. Um, Especially when I'm down and depressed. Making a list of things that I'm grateful for, a gratitude list, changes the whole game. It changes the way that my life looks, my world looks. All of a sudden, I'm filled with gratitude, which is a warm feeling. It's not anger, it's not depression, it's not sadness, it's not envy. You know, it's more akin to joy than all of those things, for sure. Gratitude's very important. I make sure that I am consciously grateful for something every single day. And if I'm not, I suffer a little bit more. And when I say I suffer, I don't mean everything's terrible. I just mean that life's not as good as it could be, which it's so easy to just make that step. Just be a little grateful. Everything is a little brighter. It's crazy to me how some of these things work. Something as simple as expressing gratitude can literally make the sun shine brighter to my perception, right? It's not actually shining brighter, but it feels brighter. It feels warmer. I feel lighter, right? I feel better. Um, Words are powerful. Our thoughts are powerful. What we do, the actions we take, the butterfly effect, have much farther reaching impacts and implications than we could possibly understand or imagine. Great movie, by the way. Super dark train wreck movie. I like that movie. butterfly effect. I watched episode 1, season 2 of Rings of Power yesterday. Oh my, I can't wait. I'm going to watch episode 2 today. I'm going to try to keep it to one episode a day, although I imagine it's going to try and grab me. It's already got me. I don't know if y'all are into that, but it's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet to see the High King, Gil-galad, in the flesh. Pretty sweet. He's only sung about in the songs, you know? Happy birthday, Sarah. Ooh, I have something for you. Hold on. I just totally punched my router on accident. Hopefully my internet's fine. Happy birthday, Sarah. A little cupcake just for you. My desk has a bunch of space behind it because of all the wires and stuff, so stuff falls off the back, and that's what I was doing. But happy birthday. Heck yeah. May it be another wonderful 365 around the sun, I tell you what. Sarah Browett says, I do try to list them, but I at least each night hit the pillow. Thank you for the blessings of the day, the ones I noticed, and the many I didn't see. And that's wonderful. You don't have to be extensive and, only if you want to, right? If you're expressing gratitude in any way at all, it's far surpasses the opposite, right? It far surpasses not expressing gratitude. So even if I'm just expressing one thing that I'm grateful for, as they organically come up, I'm like, dang, I am grateful for that. It becomes mechanical. It becomes a part of how I move through the world. Miss Sunrise Dawn, Deaudrey Gore, hello. Recovering from a migraine. Grateful for that. So just going to sit here quietly. All right. Well, try not to yell at you too much. I have been working on my volume and my inflection, and I feel like I'm having a lot more fun and flexing a little. So I'll try not to yell at you. Yeah, we love you, Matrix. I was alarmed when I read that message and I didn't know what to say. I wanted to ask what was going on, but then I was thinking you're just laying in the hospital. I'm not going to ask what's going on. You're over there trying to heal and stuff. So I don't know. Yeah, we definitely want you healthy and living your best life. Way up. Wait, are there more cupcakes? We do have lots of cupcakes. We're Blessed to Crochet has hooked us up. We have quite the community here, I have to say. Everybody pitches in and shows love in their own way, and it's the most wonderful thing. It brightens me up, I have to say. Kathy Kewen, good morning. I feel like I have a bunch of stuff to talk about that's not on this topic, and I can't remember what they are. Oh, Comic Con was pretty cool, guys. I ran into Smokey the Bear. I ran into Knight from Tarkov, and I don't know who was with him. It just looked like some random PMC paramilitary person, but it was definitely Knight. It was definitely the goon squad leader from Tarkov, and I almost was like, oh, I need a picture, but then I felt weird and nerdy, which is weird because I'm in the land of the nerds, so I didn't go get a picture with my guy because for some weird reason. Regrettable, but that's okay. I thought it was way cool that I saw Tarkov at Comic Con. That kind of surprised the crap out of me, made me way happy. They were walking around with all their gear. It was crazy. Um, what else? There was a lot that happened all at once at Comic Con. We did a scavenger hunt. I took a picture of myself in an action figure box, limited edition. I'll upload it at some point so you guys can see it. Yeah, I'm perfect action figure. It's great. I feel like there's more. Really glad I went out. Oh, my sister is definitely sleeping, so there's no way she's gonna see, right? She's a night owl. I got my sister. She's crazy about stuffed animals. I got her first stuffed animal ever, And every once in a while, I make an appearance with something epic. So this wasn't the biggest thing I could find, but it was the one that screamed cedar. So we're going to send this off to her. I did send her a picture of this sticking out of a bag that it barely fit in, and she got really excited. There was no caption or anything, but I'm sure she knows what the deal is. We're not going to tell her until it arrives, but I also got her some Harry Potter socks, which are over here. It's hard for me to not shop for my sister when there's Harry Potter socks and what is it, holding an ice cream? I mean, come on. But yeah, got the waiting for mail. Got Harry himself, the boys and the girls, and was that Ginny and Hermione? Is it the same girl in different outfits? I don't know. It probably says who it is. It doesn't. I don't know who that one is. Maybe it's Luna Lovegood. It looks like Luna Lovegood to me, honestly. What do you guys think? The weird glasses. I feel like that's totally Luna. And the earrings. Anyway. It's good because I got to go to the post office anyways. Got more stuff. I got to send something to Dale. Lots of things, lots of moving parts right now. Oh, I remembered. All right, so we talked about November, talked about my Hawaii trip. We're gonna come back to the killer stuff in a second. I just want to get this off of my chest so I can stop feeling like I forgot something. I hate that so much. November, my Hawaii trip for the Falls on Fire. Right, it's gonna be about 2 weeks, middle of November, early November. The Breath of Fire is a subgroup of. I know it's complicated. Of Fire Muse Circus, and they're the crew that I was a part of that like kind of broke up. That we're getting the boys back together. And let's look at this calendar. Today's the 2nd, I believe the 9th. No, the 13th. It starts the 13th through the 15th, and then the following weekend they're doing something in Utah on the 27th. Wait, no, the 20th to the 22nd. I don't know if I can do it, but I'm still attempting to move heaven and earth to try and go do this. It's like right up the road. It's like not right up the road, but there's so many ways I could make it happen. I just need to figure out what can work. Falls on Fire, Tina Marie, because it's the regional Burning Man event in Hawaii, on the Big Island, and it falls in the fall. So Falls on Fire. I think they thought they were clever. I thought it was a good name too, but they definitely thought they were clever. Oh, that's right. Seventh Son says the post office ain't open. You know, I don't remember that stuff. I'm so glad you said that. Oh, Body Illusions also got my back. You guys all know that the post office is not open today, right? Just kidding. I definitely forgot. Yeah, absolutely proof. And the lady at the booth said we're all limited edition. I was like, oh, we are all unique. That's right. No, I didn't dress up. I put on a tie dye tiger stripe tank top and black shorts. It was pretty mundane. But next year, I'm probably going to do Zorro or J Rock from Trailer Park Boys or something. I always want to dress up. Literally, that's my one of my highest aspirations at all times. Let's get dressed up. But no, I didn't. It was like a last minute thing. So, and honestly, Julian will dress up with me, my buddy that I went with. Which honestly, I told you a little bit about that yesterday. Went great. Um, he's the homie, and we actually did kind of like naturally organically start talking about what I told you guys I wanted to talk to him about, and he gets it. It's all good. um and I don't know how to describe it, but like the way that we interact together is very productive. um like we both motivate each other or something. I don't know what it is, but we definitely have a productive friendship, so I think he's a keeper for sure. Julian's pretty cool. We watched Mean Girls yesterday after Comic-Con. He has a huge list of movies that he's never seen that he obviously needs to. Mean Girls was like the third one on the list. I didn't read past that. I was like, we're watching Mean Girls, dude. You need to see this. We were in here laughing. Next year at Crafty's Comic Con show, I'm dressing up as Art the Clown. Let's go! Do you do any party tricks, Jason? We saw some balloon animal lightsabers. I guess they weren't animals, but they were lightsabers made out of balloons. Thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly. DeAudre says, I'm guessing he knew you were straight already. I don't know exactly how that played out. I don't know if he knew, if he was testing the waters, or if he's just a flirt. But like when we originally had hung out on the 4th, he definitely was flirting with me a little bit. In fact, one of the other people had to tell me because I didn't know. It goes right over my head. Like sometimes I'm just not paying attention. Um, but I think it was Takea said, "Yo, he's flirting with you." I was like, "Really?" But I think he definitely, I mean, got the message, and we did speak about it briefly. But I don't know if he knew I was straight or not. He probably does. Um, who cares though? Doesn't matter. My local life-saving lifeboat fundraising branch did a fundraiser selling keychains, etc. I bought a plain book with a picture of a lifeboat on cover. It will be my 2025 journal with at the lifeboat feel. Fantastic. That's awesome, Layla. What else is new? We haven't or I personally I don't think I've seen you in a little while, Layla. I hope this message finds you very well. And I missed you. I'm glad you're here. Jeepsy Soul, what's going on? All right. So we talked journaling, we talked contrary action, and we talked gratitude. What is number 4? We could really put a whole bunch of stuff at number 4. I'm honestly, they're not in any particular order. They're just sequentially as they're coming up in my head. Journaling, gratitude, contrary action. Layla says, I was hanging out with my man, missed you too, Spanx off. Well, I'm glad you guys spent time together because that, I consider that family time. You know what I mean? That you can't replace family time. Time with loved ones. One of the most important things. That's part of this is part of that for me. You guys have become a part of my family. Gratitude, contrary action, journaling. What am I forgetting here? There's a bunch of things, but I'm trying to specifically think of tools. I bet you I have them written down. I totally have them written down. Spiritual toolkit. Look at this. Oh, that's what I was going to do today. I couldn't remember what my topic was going to be. I was like, I always think about it the night before and I'll get inspired and I'll fall asleep and dream about it. I forgot entirely what my plan was this morning. So this was my audible call. Audible call. I called the audible. Good Lord, my words. But I was going to do acceptance and surrender today. We'll have to do that tomorrow. We'll touch on it briefly because that's one of our tools for sure. Acceptance and surrender. So when the chips are down, right? I say that a lot. When I'm in my addiction actively, when I'm down, depressed, when I'm not doing good, when I'm down bad, it's easy to feel like a victim. It's easy to feel put upon. It's easy to feel like things are happening to me, and there's nothing that I can do about it. But I have to say, the only way to move through a hardship like that is to accept it, surrender to it, even, right? Especially if you have no control over it, if the world is just throwing curveballs at you, right? Like maybe you're in the batting cages and life is the ball machine and you don't have a bat and it's just hitting you. Um, oh my, what an image. Um, you know, you might just have to accept and surrender to it. I'm not saying roll over and die, right? But sometimes we have to accept what has befallen us in order to move on. Sometimes we have to accept, we can't live in the past. And we can consider the future, but we need to live in the present moment. We need to be right here. If we're gonna have any hope of affecting the world around us, if we're gonna have any hope of changing our life for the better, of having any power over our own lives at all, we have to be here in this present moment to respond to things that are happening in real time and to have foresight, right? To make plans and to make decisions intelligently for the betterment of my own life, right? And this all starts with acceptance. Where am I at right now? It might suck. It might be great. Who knows? Wherever you are right now, though, accept it. It is where you are. It's real. You cannot deny it. It's real. Um, and after you're done accepting it, surrender to it. I mean, like you only have control over what's inside the circle you draw around your feet in the morning, which is spoiler alert, just you. That's the only thing you have control over. You have a circle of control, which is literally just you inside of it. And then you have a circle of influence, right? That's slightly bigger. And your circle of influence encompasses things, people that you have influence over. This doesn't necessarily mean that you have control, obviously, right? You don't have control over anything except yourself. But you may have influence over a little bit more than that, right? So, that being said, you have a very good idea of your control area, right? Of what's under your dominion. And when you accept and surrender to that, when you accept that you only have control over yourself and you have a very little influence over very little else, um, things become real simple, right? All right, well, I'm going to focus on me. How can I do differently? How can I move a little better? Um, and the surrender part is like accepting the acceptance, kind of. It's like a step further. Like the acceptance is necessary. The surrender part is like, and keep it coming. You know what I mean? The acceptance is like, I get it. Okay, I'm here. I'm here for this. The surrender is like, and I'll stay for this. Anyways, I hope that resonates with someone out there. I'm sure it does. And I have written here, this was a show from a long time ago, very, very long time ago. I have written under acceptance and surrender for whatever it's worth, the way things are and surrendering to a greater purpose. And that greater purpose doesn't have to be some divinity, right? It can just be maybe what you're supposed to do, right? Maybe what you're really good at, right? What your purpose is. I don't know. It doesn't have to be divine. It doesn't have to be godly or anything like that. It can be a purpose of your own definition, but surrendering to that. And this is really close to my heart. Miss Sunrise Dawn says, need some ones for my good friend Michael, who is hospitalized with sepsis. His organs are shutting down. Let's get some ones up. I'm really sorry to hear that, Miss Sunrise Dawn. This is a great segue into the overdose awareness thing we were talking about. Yeah, I made a post. I'll say it again. If anyone out there has any stories, experiences of yourself or your loved ones experiencing hardship or overdose, I would feel free to bring it to me, bring it to the comment section, bring it to the live chat, email me. I'd like to highlight some of these experiences so that we can keep things in perspective and lift up those that have suffered, and also the crew members that are here. And Hummingbird, good to see you. Pajama Pixie, Rona Cooley. Man, we've got a sweet crew in here today, I have to say. I haven't seen so many of you in so long, and it just warms me up that you're here. CC, hello, hello. I'm still trying to get control of myself. That's a full-time job. I tell you what, you and me both. You and me both. And you know, the brain, right? The mind is a part of me. But I do have to say it. Sometimes I definitely don't feel like I have control of my mind. It thinks what it wants to, you know? I have the opportunity to react, right, to these thoughts, but I definitely feel like my mind runs wild sometimes all by itself. For Michael and his wife. I was talking about a thing. Okay, this is delicious. Oh, I have it right here. Acceptance and surrender. I remember now. Also, each other. Each and every one of you is a resource, right? We all have our own unique limited edition experience, right? We've all lived our own life and no one else's. And none of us can say that we've lived someone else's life, right? We've all only lived, that's a weird thing to say, but we all have our own unique experience through this life, right? That is a resource. Especially, we all kind of come together and congregate and commiserate and talk about similar things, right? We can relate to each other. So if that's the case, we're a resource for each other. Especially, there are people here, I guarantee, that have similar experiences to what you have. And it's not going to be everybody, but we have so many crew members that all have very diverse, limited edition, unique experiences, right? So don't be afraid to ask your friends and your peers here questions, because they may or may not have a like a direct relation experience that they can share, right? Um, and that's definitely not to be discounted. We are all our own each other's resources. Like I'm my own resource, but like y'all are also resources. I can reach out to Kathy, be like, "Hey Kathy, do you I'm going through this thing lately. Do you have you ever heard anything like this? Have you ever been through something like this?" Or maybe Kathy and I have been talking, right? We have been having dialogue. So I know Kathy a little bit, right? And I know, and I don't know, right? But I'm just going to make some stuff up. Maybe Kathy has, in the past had a problem with this particular substance, and that's exactly what I'm trying to put away, right? That's exactly what I'm trying to put down. Maybe I reach out to Kathy and I'm like, "Hey, how did you start this journey?" Right? Or whatever have you. It often can seem intimidating to reach out to someone that you don't know face to face. But I promise you, the people here love. The people here are full of love. The people here are the best of people. Um, and that's not to say that we don't have bad days. That's not to say that we don't make mistakes. That's not to say that, there might be some bad people here. Who knows, right? I don't check people at the door. I let everyone in. Believe that. Um, but that being said, don't be afraid to ask each other questions. Don't be afraid to make friends. Don't be afraid to comment on someone else's comment, right? We are all in it together. None of us are making it out of this life alive. And we might as well bunk up. We might as well do, the buddy system. We might as well make some friends and have some fun while we're at it, huh? What do you think about that? Mixed bag of donuts. Was at my job 30 years, 10 locations, at the last location. Finally happy and feel safe at. That is amazing. I'm so glad to hear that. Dude, imagine not feeling happy and safe for 30 years at 10 different locations. That's wild. It's been a long time coming, but you deserve to feel safety and security and joy. Everyone does. I'm really noticing my scar today. It is big time. I don't know why. Oh, I should be thanking people. Kathy Kuhn, thank you so much, by the way. My son and the DLC has had two buddies released DOC, two buddies released in the last 2 weeks. Both are already dead. One didn't even make it 24 hours. That hurts my heart. When we spend some time sober or we spend some time in a correctional facility, the drugs you can get in the correctional facility are slightly different, right? Different proportions and whatnot. When you go out back into the real world, it's very easy to just go and try and do exactly what you used to do, which ends up being far too much. And this happens all the time, and it breaks my heart. This is what we are attempting to combat here, folks. This is what we are trying to fight with information, with peer support, with connection, with love. And it's baby steps, but we are moving. Shannon Smith, thank you so much for your unending support. We love you. Trying to understand my sister's OD is what led me to the lifeboat. Well, what a tragedy to lead you somewhere great. I guess that's at least a silver lining in itself, right? That this tragedy could lead to something nice. I guess that's the most we could ask for out of tragedy, huh? I think the vape is starting to affect my throat, or maybe I'm just getting sick. I don't know. So, in her own way, she made her own ripple. I'm gonna make me cry, dude. Wow. I hope one day I can get a face to face with you, Spanks, Tommy, Johnny. I would love to eat some super hots and chill, talk to get to know y'all better. We would love that. In fact, I was just talking with my buddy Clayton last night uh, about the lifeboat and all of my other dreams because they all coincide. We were talking about traveling the world and doing what we do with the fire dancing, right? But I was also talking to him about like taking the lifeboat all over the world, right? There is the international lifeboat, international Mike. This is coming. This is a dream, but it will be reality. I will be going on the world tour. And obviously, that probably starts in the States because they're right here. But um, every time I travel, I'm going to try and set up like a hangout somewhere, wherever that I'm going to travel. Maybe there's like a location we can all get together, have some food, I don't know, hang out, whatever have you. But every time I travel, I'm going to try and do something like that. That was a big mistake the last time that I went to Salt Lake City, that I didn't do that. I had full opportunity and I should have done it. I did not plan properly and became overwhelmed by juggling everything at once. But this next time, we're going to do it properly. So that being said, Dale, there's a great chance that we're going to have that moment, and it's probably going to turn out to be more than a moment. Um, I look forward to it. Uh, I don't know. It was a while ago. I don't know if y'all remember, but my dad and my uncle and I all went to New Mexico for like a hot sauce festival, and we met a few of y'all. We met Jason P, Crafty Witch. I'm gonna forget some names, but I met a ton of people from the boat and a ton of people from Chase the Heat as well, and a ton of people from the Chili community, which was wild. It was really cool. It was like I felt nervous and like shy, like it was like a world that I hadn't stepped into yet. Definitely a different feeling than I have now. I can't wait for the next one and spread my wings and fly. Want to hear a funny story, Jason P, about that festival? You were there, so I want to tell you about it. I was walking through the big room one day. I can't remember what day it was or what time of day, but I was walking and there was this girl. She was pretty. She was really pretty, and we kind of like walked past each other, and she did one of these. Like she didn't wait for me to walk past. Like I could still see her when she started like rubbernecking me. And I can't remember, she said something to the effect of "Good Lord" or something like that. And I was like, "Excuse me?" And I was so like shy and embarrassed. I like walked away. I should have been like, "Do you want to get out of here?" Um, that would have went well. But I thought that was a highlight moment. It was very surprising, and I don't think I'll ever forget that. She said, "Good Lord." Jason P says it was the highlight of my year meeting you guys, Cap, and I was a bit nervous as well. Next year will be better, dude. Every year is better, right? And I can't wait. I may end up in New Mexico for this thing next week, and if that's the case, I know you've got your life and you're busy and stuff, but I'll send you the deets. Maybe we can somehow meet up or something. I know it's probably a long shot, but I'm not shy about trying to set it up. So I'll definitely keep you in the loop. Today, I'm intending to talk to my dad and figure out if it's possible. Hit the budget, do everything right. So I will be able to say yay or nay on whether I'm going to New Mexico next week, later today, probably, hopefully. But yeah, I'll keep you in the loop, dude. Would love to spend some more time and hang out. Jason P has plenty of vacation time. Let's go. Oh, you got to see your grandsons, Anne? That's so great. I'm so glad. Wow, this track is sweet. Of course, at the very end. Live Emil, just popping in, need a little bit of live community, love community, live community. Well, here we are. We have been talking about just some basics today, really. Talking about reaching farther, talking about journaling, talking about gratitude, talking about contrary action, acceptance, surrender, moving through the fire, coming out tempered by life. We're also talking about fun stuff as well. We have hit a lot of topics today. I really wanted to do a all-encompassing show that kind of hits every little note, and try and reach as many people as possible that maybe haven't heard my voice before, or maybe have, right? I don't know, but I'm trying to connect. I'm trying to reach. So we kind of did a hodgepodge medley of everything today, which is good, which is great. There's more to be said. There's more to talk about. Um, I just don't know if I can bring it out of the depths of my mind at this moment. Oh, service work. Boom, right here in my notes. Look at that. So we talked about gratitude, contrary action, journaling, acceptance, surrender. Well, what do you do if you're maybe you're not having a really hard time? Maybe you're just slightly struggling. right? Maybe you've got a good routine, right? We didn't talk about routine at all yet. The importance of routine, guys, very important. Maybe you've got a good routine going. Maybe you're just having a little hiccup, right? Maybe you're having a moment of weakness. Something at work really stressed you out, right? You're coming home, you're a little bothered, a little less grounded, a little less balanced than normal, right? Maybe you don't need any of these big, contrary action. Maybe you don't need anything big. Maybe you just need to do a little something for someone else. Maybe you just need, in order to get out of your own head and let go of the stress of the day, you just need to do something selfless. So we call this service work. And this can be a wide range of things. This can range all the way from like helping a little old lady across the street, or like when you're done with your bus ticket, giving it to someone else so they can use it, which I'm pretty sure that's illegal, but whatever. We're not going to talk about that. Service work that can range all the way from something so very small to like reaching out to someone that's struggling, right? I don't necessarily recommend, especially people that are new in recovery, doing that because you might find yourself mired in more stuff than you know how to get out of. You might bite off a little more than you can chew. But you can do little acts of service. Service work is how I get out of my head when all else fails. Um, and honestly, if, like I said before, if it's just a little bit, if it's just a little thing, Gregory Hutchinson, that is not things that we deal with here. If people come here and ask for sexual advice, smash them, please. Although I'm quite effective myself. But yeah, anyways, yeah. Just for the record, I just didn't want I don't want anyone to like wonder or anything, right? That's clear cut. If anyone comes here asks about sexual advice, just kill them. Just ban them. Private seats going out. Song's great. Yeah, advice, I don't know. Whatever. It's cool. I'll laugh about it later. Patty Collins, I missed you. Look at you. I saw that comment as it popped up. I'm so glad you're here. Just got here, laying here, listening. Not feeling too well. I'll be here with eyes shut listening. Love you all. P.S. My black and white cat has been missing. It's been a month. Oh no. Happy for a new month, love. Well, I tell you what, let's put some ones up for Patty. Anyone else who needs them. Um, her cat. I'm sorry to hear that, Patty. I hope that you get well swiftly. And I hope that your cat magically comes back. It's gonna trot up like nothing ever happened. Dee dee razzle dazzle. I was in the middle of a sentence, I feel like. What was I talking about? Service work. It could be something as simple as doing the dishes for someone, right? Doing mowing my grandma's lawn is one of my go-tos. It could be as simple as, I don't know, maybe picking up groceries for someone. I don't know, maybe you're out with friends and you're both at the gas station getting different things, and you know what? No, let me get that for you, right? Maybe it's just as simple as getting his drink and his smokes, whatever. Um, Little acts of service take us out of ourselves. We're doing something selfless. How can we be in here, right? Um, Not to be discounted ever, especially when I have the ants, especially when I can't escape my thoughts and I'm having a hard time reining in my brain. Doing something for someone else takes me completely out of myself. It has nothing to do with me anymore, right? I'm mowing my grandma's lawn. I'm doing some gardening for her. I need to make sure that I'm doing it the way that she likes it, right? Um, for some reason, that is magical. It's an amazing juxtaposition. It just shifts your whole perspective. You'll get done doing it, feel good because you did something, right? You're accomplished. You'll feel fulfilled because you did something for someone else. And you may find yourself in a headspace, not even remembering what you were tore up about, which is the goal. Blessed to Crochet. Hello, hello. Glad to see you. Betty Zoom. Not supposed to be here. Wrong lifeboat. Sorry. Interesting. I wonder which lifeboat you are supposed to be on. Hmm. Curious and curiouser. Maxwell, do not come back. Boofing questions are not valid. Um, it's not. I mean, like, you can put drugs in your butt, but it's dangerous. It's stupid. Um, yeah, I don't know. I never take those questions seriously. I feel like it's really hard for, like, are you really? Is that really a question? I find it really, really hard to believe that that's an actual question. If it is, email me. You know what I mean? If you really want to talk about boofing, let's do it privately or something, because that's ridiculous. I have a really hard time believing that people, I don't know. I mean, I guess people obviously aren't the smartest, right? Well, that's why they put drugs up their butt. But that being said, if we, I will touch this briefly. I banned that person though for sure. When you intake substances through your butt, there's no, it doesn't pass through your liver. It doesn't pass through any of your organs that process toxins. It doesn't go through your kidneys. It just absorbs into the lining. It just absorbs into one of the thinnest membranes that you have in your body, right? So you're putting harmful things into a sensitive, right? So the immediate area is in danger, right? Who knows what's going to happen? Also, you're bypassing the filtering system of your liver and your kidneys. So you're going to get blasted. It's going to hit you really hard, really fast, and it might kill you. Like whatever your liver is doing, it needs to be doing that, right? It's filtering out toxins. All of these substances that we're talking about, by the way, are toxins, right? If you bypass the liver, what do you think is going to happen? You might think, oh, it's going to be way more potent and that's like a good thing or something. But no, the liver is protecting you. The liver is literally your shield, and so are the kidneys. In fact, when you start to get cirrhosis of the liver, when your liver shuts down and you get yellow spots on your skin because you've been drinking too much, what's happening is your liver isn't doing its job anymore. And not only does that mean that you can't process alcohol, that means that you can't live. That means that you're going to die slowly. So you need your liver to live. It's a necessary organ. It's not only necessary to be debaucherous, it's necessary to be regular. It's necessary to live. So, anyways, maybe I should entertain those. It's really hard for me to entertain boof questions. And I am waiting for troll number 3. Show your face. I feel you out there. I can smell you. Kathy Kewen, Spanx, my son has a new address, which I need to get to your dad. Which email is best to send that to? Thank you, thank you. He is in all of them, but send it to, let's see, which one is this one? When I do this, which one automatically loads? Send it to tommyscoville@gmail.com. He's in that one all the time. Every time I go in there, it's already read. So I'm like, oh, I guess he's got it. I'll type it for you. Vinny Logano, bro, it's been a long time. Thank you for touching on that subject briefly, Captain. Well, hopefully I'm not putting anyone off by talking down on it. Maybe it is something that we need to educate on. Yeah, the lining of your butt is not meant to process anything. It's literally just meant to keep your organs outside of your poop chute. Like it's literally that simple. It's just a separation barrier. It's just a partition, like at the cubicle at work. Um, so it's really, 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 really dangerous. There's no reason to do that, honestly. Um, And maybe there's someone out there that has perfected the booth, right? Maybe there's someone out there that'll prove me wrong, but I have yet to experience this or hear of it. It's not it's very dangerous. Don't do it. Maybe I should take it seriously. Don't do it. You're gonna hurt yourself. But yeah, Vinny, dude, it's good to see you. One of my metal buddy. It's been a long time. How you been? Yeah, those are called suppositories for sure. There are drugs that go in your butt, but those are not what we're talking about. Boof boof refers specifically to putting illicit substances in your butt to try and get a bigger buzz. Just don't do it. Betty Zoom says my stepson 1 year, August 29th, bad drugs. He has gone, left us wondering why. I'm not sure I understand what you're trying to say. Can you be more specific? Vinny Logano says, I do not recommend boofing, but I will say you get some bang for your buck. Hell yeah. I imagine. I imagine it's quite the ride. Highly do not recommend. You know, it's not often that I make a move live on the boat or make a move in the name of the boat and then like have second thoughts. Usually, I'm quite confident in what I'm doing and where I'm headed. But I have to say, I'm definitely having second thoughts on the whole booth conversation. Um, but whatever, we're gonna move forward. I maybe I'll handle that differently next time. The language that one uses when asking these questions is key. It seemed far too casual. So I think I still stand behind my decision for sure. No one casually asks for help. You know what I mean? It's just not how it works. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna get out of here. I am hungry. I'm gonna devour. I don't know. Maybe I'll do fried chicken this morning. I have a bunch of leftovers. I finally ate Nico's burritos or Nico's tacos. Nico's Mexican food. It's like a legendary Tucson Mexican spot. The hype is real. I don't know what they did to it. It's the same thing I get at all the other Mexican places, but it's just better. I don't even know why. It's better in every way. It tastes better. The texture's better. It's fresher. It smells better. It's a little bit ridiculous. There's someone in there just in love with cooking Mexican food. You can taste the love. We should do a show strictly speaking about boofing since it's kind of a taboo subject. That is an interesting idea, Vinny. Says Vinny. I'm going to discuss this with the Admiral and see what he has to say about it. If him and I can agree, I will do so. Is Labor Day the best name for a day off? No, I don't think so at all. B. Hendricks. Also, good to see you. Um, also, why would I want to celebrate it like all the days of labor? Like, I would like to not celebrate that. In fact, I'd like to stop laboring. Can we stop laboring? I don't think it works that way, but Spanx, Tara Smiling is going to be on Ben's show today. Hell yeah! I'll have to pop in. I don't really get to see her very often. I hear about her all the time, uh, which is funny. But things are apparently going very well for her, so it would be cool to see her smiling face. She just brightens up the room, you know. The chicken is better with tincture on it. Let's go. Oh, dude. I was about to leave without tincture time, Dale. You wanna I don't know, you might have already done it because I take forever, but so you don't have to double dip, but I'm gonna do some. If you do that show, says Tina Marie, please consider including some things that they're doing with tampons. Absolutely. And you know, that being said, that was my first initial concern is like, is there enough material for us to talk about boofing for a whole show, right? But if we add that stuff, which is totally along the same, like that's the same sitch, right? There's no liver in there either. um, I'll do a dropper full, says Dale. Wow, stunting on me. What was I talking about? Da, 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 da. That makes it completely way like that's a ton of material. I didn't consider that. Thank you very much for bringing that up, Tina Marie. The odds are pretty good that I'll be able to put a positive spin on this. I definitely need to talk to the admiral to discuss the possible implications of such a thing. We don't like to make moves recklessly. We like to be planned and calculated. So I'm going to consider that, though. Thank you, Vinny. Thank you, Tina, and thank you to Maxwell, the guy I banned, for all bringing this up. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Maybe it is a subject. It's a subject that comes up a lot, and I just always assume it's a troll thing. So maybe we'll give it the time of day, guys. Jill Anderson, that is so funny. What in the butt? That makes me think of South Park every time, to be honest. Butters. I think that was like a predominantly Butters focused episode. This is such a better way to start my day than listening to political news, says Kathy Kewen. Oh my gosh. Let's just start our day like charged against 50% of my peers. You know what I mean? Like, let's just start my day getting mad at half the people that I interact with. You know what I mean? Not good. The whoever it, I don't know. Maybe there isn't some puppet master orchestrating it all, but if there is, they're diabolical. You know, good lord. You know, genius but evil. Evil. Oh, we're doing tincture. Okay. Yeah, I need to go eat some food. My brain needs nutrients. Okay. I'm not going to do a full dropper. I'm not there yet. I did just a little bit yesterday and it almost took me out, but it was fine. We can do this much. This is a little bit more than I think I should, which is perfect for the occasion. Cheers, y'all. For those that don't know, this is capsaicin tincture. This is pure spicy oil. It is the oil that's naturally occurring in hot peppers that make them spicy. And all I'm getting out of it is some burn on my tongue, and my body releases a little bit of its natural endorphins because it thinks it's dying. Bottoms up. Or maybe politicians are rodeo clowns. Oh, it's so hot. Maybe a 5 now? Wow, my hair's crazy. So that one, I like pulled in the center of my tongue and left it there. And then after a little while, I pushed it against the roof of my mouth and it spread everywhere, right? That's kind of my way. Sometimes I'll just shoot it straight back, but then what could be spread over a lot of surface area, and this is just in my head, like I don't know if this is how it works for other people, but instead of being spread over all the surface area, it's all concentrated on my tonsils and my throat, which is a different experience, but it hurts. I mean, it all hurts, but I think I like it better when it's spread everywhere. It's not as bad, I think. Dale, your tolerance is legendary, my friend, and I promise I will do my damnedest to climb this ladder. Um, I have two great examples, one being my uncle and one being you, Dale. And I'm there. We have a lot of chili heads out here on the boat, but only one of them is doing tincture and eating peppers every morning. And there's about to be, well, I guess there's going to be three of us because me, you, and Uncle Johnny, right? But I'm going to join. I definitely, my teeth feel great. My next appointment's not till October or something, so this month we're going to get that tolerance jacked up, boy. Took Took a spoonful of wasabi back in the day. It took my breath away. Almost passed out. Yo, have you guys heard my dad's wasabi story? He thought it was like complimentary jello or something. And he like ate the whole thing. About died. When he was a young man. Mad respect for you talking after that tincture. I have to say, there is a level where the words don't come as easy. And it's like after 5 for sure. 6, 7, and 8 are really difficult. And while we're talking about the scale and talking, I feel like, we talk about doing my best. Like I'm always doing my best, but my best isn't the same day to day. Like yesterday's best is different from today, and maybe my best sucks, right? But it is my best. I'm doing my best. I feel like the scale is on like a dose by dose basis. I said dose, pepper by pepper, drop by drop. I feel like every experience by experience. I feel like every time I drop or do spicy stuff, the scale that I'm rating it on is only for that moment. That scale is not the same as the scale I used last time, and it's not the same as the scale I will use next time. And I feel like that's just because I'm always in a different place, right? Maybe I haven't eaten yet today. It's going to be spicier, which is the case, right? And it's going to hit my stomach differently. There's nothing in there except coffee. So that's going to be fun later. Or maybe I've been eating a bunch of hot stuff lately, right? So my tolerance is up, and I just had a great meal, maybe an hour ago or something. So it's pretty much digested, but it's not all the way out. There are times and places, there are levels. It's hard to nail down and replicate experiences. You know what I mean? Each time is so unique. Each drop, each pepper is so different. And even like the way I experience it, right? Maybe I pull it on my tongue and then spread it everywhere, or maybe I shoot it straight back and it just bombs my tonsils. You never know. And you definitely do need food on the tummy, says Dale. And that's one of the reasons I only did a little bit, for sure. But honestly, I would like to be eating breakfast before the show. So if I'm hitting my ideal routine, that won't be an issue and we can go big on the show. That being said, I think I am going to go eat some food now. Um, we went a little longer than normal, and I'm going to attempt to do this every day, or at least when it flows. Today it's flowing. Today we're off to the races. I'm on fire. You guys are feeling good, it seems. And one more time. Let's get some ones up for Matrix, for everyone out there that needs the ones. Forgetting all the people we put ones up for today. There was a lot of them, though. There's a lot of people out there not having a good time. So let's put some ones up. And do something servicey today. It's Monday, right? Let's start the week off really well. And it doesn't have to be anything great. I don't recommend you reach out and try and save someone struggling. If you feel called to do so, it's your life. Go ahead, right? But do something small. Do some service work. Do something for someone else that is not for you. No matter how big or how small, just do one little thing for someone and ask for nothing in return. Just say, it's all right. It's just because I wanted to. CC, I'm so glad to hear that. Shards of words smashes lasagna on the ground. I don't know why you would. I love lasagna. We wanted to eat that. My pleasure, CC. I'm so glad you're here. Dale Cox eats peppers every day and don't go to get sick, so every pepper I eat I digest. I also do that. This is not a popular method. I eat peppers every day and don't go get sick. Okay, I am following. Yes. This is not a popular method, Dale, but you and I are aligned. And that's really cool. I haven't met someone else that digests it all. I'm sure that there's a bunch of us, but I feel like most of the chili heads I talk to do not. So you and I are definitely going to share some experiences and talk about some things that I'm not certain about. But I digest every single one, dude. I bet your stomach is iron. I bet you have the ironclad stomach, dude. The man with the iron stomach. All right. Happy Labor Day, everybody. Much love. Ignite, unite. Come together, connect. Love is the universal language. Every language understands love. Show some to someone today. The Admiral will be on later today. I'm not entirely sure what time. Things are moving quickly, but I will see you tomorrow. Hit that like, subscribe, and the bell for notifications if you like what we do here. It certainly makes a big difference. And please hit me in the comments section. Email me sober@myyahoo.com. Sober@myyahoo.com. And if any of you out there have experiences that you'd like to share for overdose awareness, of your own experience, of a loved one's experience, please either email me, comment it, or bring it to the next show. Again, we would like to highlight those that have suffered and keep things in perspective. It's easy to forget where we come from and how much we have to lose. So much love to everybody out there. You guys are the best crew a captain could ask for, and I'll see you soon, all right?